In the 90s, Playmates Toys made the deepest line of Star Trek action figures in history. My name's Keith, and I'm a collector working towards owning all 284. I've been a Trek fan for almost 35 years, and most people are sick of me talking about it. But somehow I've convinced my old friend Mike to review them with me on Look at My Star Trek Toys! What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Look at My Star Trek Toys. Oh, there it is. Let's just come at random times now. Just getting dive bombed by the D.
Well, if you're lucky. If you are lucky. All right.
Oh, wow. What a start. Yeah, so in that intro, it says in the 90s, Playmates Toys came out with a bunch of blah, 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 blah. But guess what? Today, it's not the 90s. It's 2023 because this is our first review of the 2023 Star Trek Prodigy figures from Playmates. Mike, I'm very excited. You pre-ordered and got ahead. We don't even have reviewer copies yet. You were like, hell with it. I'm not waiting. You ordered on Amazon. Mike, what are we reviewing today?
Keith, we're looking at the first of the, I got all the figures that are available. The Janeway, in my research and in my experience, has not yet been shipped, we'll say. I think we share a fear that she doesn't quite exist just yet, but
I don't think she's available yet. No.
Definitely has not shipped, I can tell you that much. So I know some other channels have got them early. Just anecdotally, I don't know, I can't back this up. This is just an anecdote. All of my figures shipped from 2 separate warehouses in Canada. So there may be some sort of...
The Canadians got them first,
yeah,
huh?
Yes. And so they're shipping at different times through Amazon, and then Planet Earth or Entertainment Earth, some other website. Anyway.
Mike, do you know all the words to the Canadian national anthem?
Oh, Canada, you...
My home and native land.
Hockey and Tim Hortons is all I give a damn. Okay. Anyway, so we got the first of the figures.
From far and wide. No.
We've got Dollarell and Murf, and we're going to be checking them out today, Keith. I have to tell you, first impressions, Mike is psyched because, baby, the color is popping. So, I've got the other ones on the way. I figured we'd just do them one at a time. That's the way we should rock.
Yeah. I
will say this also, just to talk more a little bit about why I pre-ordered these, not just to stay ahead of the curve, but, you know, when the first wave of the Playmates figures for this recent relaunch, the 2022s came out, Playmates marketing was on the horn with Keith quite a bit. They were very responsive. They were sending us, reviewer copies. All that kind of stuff was happening very quickly. But that communication really ramped down. And I'm not even going to speculate why that is or what's going on. Not important. But it became clear to me that it might not be very quickly that we get these. So I wanted to get them. So I did. I pre-ordered.
We have heard, and we will be getting them. But yes.
Eventually, right? So we wanted to just bring them to you because...
We couldn't wait. We were too excited.
Yeah. And also, I know some channels got them early, but here we are. You're watching us, and we're going to take a look. So, Keith, I think with no further ado...
I think before we... No.
Oh, yes. There is a do. There is a do.
We have the do. We have to do the doo-doo. Mm-hmm. And that is thank the incredible people who are supporting this channel at patreon.com/KNM, where you get all sorts of bonus episodes, watch-alongs, AMAs, and they even created a new show that we're going to be starting called Strange New Show. Mike, who's patroning our patron?
Oh, yeah. People checking out that first pilot of Strange New Show. Brian Kimball Bursich, Brian Kaufman, Casey Clark, Jason Moe, Bren Joshua, Andrew Hayes, Jorge Navoa, and the mysterious Worf's Big Ol' Boot Shivs, Richard Coleman, Charles B., CRM Productions, Nikolay Ivanovich Lobachevsky, at Grim_Toys, Delusions at Noon, JD Makes Collindag, and Chris Mitchell / CRM Productions, and of course, Big Ol' Pat. Whoa!
No! It happened again! Why are we getting dive bombed?
I guess they're like, get on with it. You got the figures. Show us the figures, Keith. And I think...
Get to it.
We should do just...
Yeah, if you're watching and wish we would have gotten to it, there are chapters below. You can just hop to the chapter. And I imagine a lot of people do.
Yeah. Here we go.
So there it is.
Yeah.
Look at that.
The packaging is definitely different. I think we.
Yes.
That's my telephone.
So let's take a look at the packaging. We have to do our read along.
I gotta reconfigure here so that
zoom out better.
I can be a part of this whole situation.
We got Mike's coffee going on there. What a fancy mug. Mike has very fancy things on his desk.
Oh, this is a Yeti, baby. Keeps it hot.
Of course it does. Yeah. See, but my mug was designed by my nephew Archer. Incredible.
Whoa!
Look at that. Look how cool that is.
All right.
See?
So
look at that cool. He drew that.
that's really cool, man.
All right. Anyway.
All right. So I'm gonna go ahead. I apologize for the kind of reframe here. I just want to make sure that we can do this properly. All right. So here he is. Here's the box.
Definitely, you're right. The colors really do pop.
Yeah, and
right away.
And it looks pretty close to the render that we had seen. Of course, we've got you got an unlock for the game that is available on Nintendo Switch.
Which, unlike most of the things that we open, the game hasn't been expired for 20 years.
Yep. I will say that my initial impression here is that because you get the kind of pack-in figure, they give you maybe the crappiest choking hazards I've ever seen. But I'm interested to get into that. I'm interested to get into that stand, Keith, because as we mentioned for the 2023 Playmates, the stand sucks. So
stands work great.
Hopefully that's great. So so that's the front. I think it's really cool. I like the cutouts. Let's go ahead and check out.
Looks great. Oh, great. Oh, there's all right. So there's lots. Let's check for typos.
Okay, so you can see the artwork, which is like obviously really cool because it's a cartoon.
It's already animated.
But Keith, I'll let you try to.
Okay. 6 very different intergalactic kids team up after escaping captivity and launching themselves into space aboard the USS Protostar. With the help of a hologram mentor, they warp across the Milky Way in search of Starfleet, answers, and a better future among the stars.
Not too shabby.
Yeah.
Okay, then you sort of get a, what do they call these, a
bios.
Yeah, bios. An orphan mysterious origins.
Dalrel. Species unknown. An orphan with mysterious origins, Dalrel is searching for a place to belong. He's only in charge of the USS Protostar because he says so. With his can-do attitude, he's a good fit for the captain's chair. Dal believes the impossible is possible.
Let's read the other one, but let's avoid that problem that we had run into that one time where I kind of,
hold it steady or don't.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
It's much easier that way. All right, Murf.
Yeah.
Oh, is it going to focus? Yeah, Murf is an indestructible gelatinous blob of mischief, of unknown age and origin. Not even the Protostar's universal translator can make Murf understandable to the crew. Murf will eat anything, even torpedoes.
Which is good. The good thing is indestructible. Because, we have our for parents only QR code.
Yeah, so it's not the Q code because we're in a different.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, they can't do that.
But whatever it is, for parents only, because it's filthy if you click on it. Okay, looks good. I like the shape of the box. It sticks out.
Yeah, man. Okay, so let's. Let's
pop her open.
Let's do it.
You got your fancy knife. Don't cut your finger off.
I know you're always so worried about that, and then I don't even think about that until you say it, and then I become paranoid.
Look, my hands are my life, right? You're a guitarist. You can't cut off a finger.
Yeah,
you did all those.
I know, but you're not. How am I going to cut my finger off? I'm not.
It's a very sharp knife.
It is.
I use a pen.
My hand isn't even near it.
Yeah. Well, it's a good thing.
All right. So, I like to. This is my new method. I like to just kind of get it so that I don't mess the box up, Keith. I'm keeping the card backs.
Oh, you are? Okay, cool.
Okay, so taped to the card back, we've got the Supernova pack-in thing. Let's see if that's just like a...
Yeah, is that like a full game, or is it an RPG?
No,
what's the story about that?
I don't know much about it. All I know is that, this is not as cool as I thought. It is, okay, I lied. It's not just, it's available for all systems.
Yeah. Okay.
And then, of course, they're easy way to do things in the future. They give you a little code. I guess you can have mine.
Oh, that's really cool, though.
Whoever uses it first can have mine.
Yeah, right. It's true. The internet just took it.
Yeah.
So each character gets an upgrade by buying each character. It's not just like you get an upgrade within the game in general.
Right.
It's that specific character. That's cool. I like that very much. That's a really good idea.
Yeah, and it's that's well printed. It's cool. All right.
Okay.
Get those out of the way.
Get with the figure, man.
Yeah, let's get in here. So here we go. Here's our unboxing.
Okay. All right. So you got to deal with the seatbelts.
Yep, we got 2 seatbelts.
Okay. I already like the stand better.
Yeah, the stand is definitely. I will say that it is the same weight and.
It's not the Lord stand, but at least it is like better. It's their actual communicator, not just a generic Star Trek swoosh.
All right. Be careful here.
Cutting off the seatbelts. Kids, don't do this at home. Definitely let an adult cut the seatbelts off your.
All right, so where should we go? Let's get into this guy. All right. All right, and then first time in hand.
Okay, tell me about the hand feel.
The hand feel is great. I can already tell you it feels way more articulative than the other figures that I have on hand. Yes. He's got full motion in his shoulder joints.
Right.
Elbows are good.
Which the others did too.
Yeah, but it just feels a little more
motiony.
The first thing I'm noticing is how cool the hair is.
Hair looks great. That's cool.
The paint, not just the paint, but there's a whole dimension to it.
Yeah.
And the ponytail moves.
Right. Okay. Oh, that's cool.
Yep. So that's flexible.
And I see it all. I see it already.
Check out the ears.
Show me the copyright stamp. It's in white on the back, right?
It is, but it is Keith. They can do it.
That is much better.
Oh, he won't focus.
I can barely even see it, which is great. Like that's a good thing.
It is barely visible to the naked eye, even if I hold it up close to myself.
That's much better.
Yeah, I'm gonna move this off over and do this.
Okay.
For us.
Well, look, they took the note.
They did take the note.
It seems like.
All right, so let's go ahead and just kind of do the whole 9 here. So he's
5-inch scale, like we knew.
Yep, I'm gonna grab Dean's tea here.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, it's interesting. The proportions are always going to be different because you're going human to alien and live action to animated. So the proportions are going to feel weird, but he's not human. So, like, why not?
Mm-hmm. All right, so we'll get him out of there. All right, so
the utility belt, is that molded on or is that removable?
That is, it's not removable, but it is flexible and it is a separate piece. So you could take it off if you wanted to repurpose it.
Cool. Okay. Good for customizers.
Yep. I have to move this slightly because, Keith, I forget how kind of challenging it is to.
Yeah, now you know why I struggle so much.
He's very cool. The boots have kind of a cool 3 dimensions to them.
Do they have the sort of moldy or flexible plastic like the coats? Yeah.
Yes, they do. It's a little, because it's smaller, it's a little harder to work with, but they're
really
there.
I'm curious how that's going to hold up in 30 years. Whether or not that more malleable plastic is going to get brittle or not.
It is kind of weird. I mean, just like if we're getting details, the knee pads are molded to the bottom piece. So if you happen to flex the knee or move it, like and not that his foot should go that way, but it does kind of break that the immersion, if you will. So it's a little weird.
I mean, I think about it like hockey pads.
Yeah.
Which when you get down and use, they do sort of pop up like that.
This is definitely a new figure because it needs some yoga.
It's some yoga, yes, figure yoga that's coming up. Next.
And the head has actually, the head's not as. I thought it was going to give me a little more, but it's still really, he moves quite well.
Now,
I mean, you got to appreciate the paint job. Really digging the paint job.
The white feels a little flat from here.
It's got a gloss to it, but it is not particularly show-stopping.
Detailed.
Yeah. There's really not much happening. There's a little bit of movement to it, but not a ton.
It is interesting that they don't give him the communicator. This is like pilot Del-Rel, not being on the ship. Because if you look at some of the screenshots, he is wearing the communicator frequently. So that's interesting. That I think I probably would have liked that.
Well, that's how close you have to get the.
Yeah.
So yeah,
China.
he's cool. So he does have a buddy. He's a pack-in who's another character on the show.
Yeah, let's see Murf.
Let's do Murf. Let me do this here.
Oh, the suspense is killing me.
Sorry, buddy. I moved the camera now that everything's out of frame. All right, so
it's all gone to hell.
All right, here's Murf.
All right. So tell me about the what's the mouth feel like on Murf there?
You know what he feels? He feels almost like a kid's binky.
Okay. So actual mouth feel. I don't know. Put it in your mouth. See how it feels.
No, I'm not going to suck Murf on camera, although we might improve the views. But the effect of the sort of gelatinous thing is very cool. Like we can kind of.
So it's hollow.
It has a base, but it is hollow in there. Yes.
It's hollow in there. Okay, so that's where you get your flexibility.
It's a thicker rubber. Like I said, it feels just like, or the nipple of a bottle, if you will.
Uh-huh.
It's kind of that type of vibe, and that's really it. It's really all coloring here.
Yeah, I mean it's a pretty well, but hey, as choking hazards go,
yeah,
it's pretty good.
Yeah,
that's great.
Yeah, he's cool.
I mean, what are you gonna do with it? But it's sort of like the indestructible thing you can throw around the room, throw it at your sister. Like that's pretty good. So show me the phasers.
Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna zoom out a little bit so it focuses up for me. Look, they have a piece of tape over them because they already know that these are going to get lost instantly. I just have a little cup I put these in. Is that what you do?
Yeah, I have a box.
I'm going to have to cut them out.
I have like a baggie in a box. And
okay, this is where my finger could go.
Oh, yeah. It's going to stab yourself straight through the hand.
It was so delicate, and then we got to that, and I was like, I got to get it. I got it. There we go. So here you go.
So there's no paint or sticker on it. It's just a flat gray, the whole thing.
It is nothing.
Okay. Well, the Playmates has promised to get a full-sized version of that. Yep. I don't know how far in development that is, but we did see looks like a dolphin.
I don't know that there's any actual physical way for this to go in this character's hand. We're going to try it.
All right. Safety first. Can't even fit in your hand.
I've been known to not know how these... Oh, okay. I stand corrected.
All right.
It looks more like he's working a mouse for a PC.
Well, it looks like a delicious bread bowl, like a sandwich. But okay, like on the shelf, from far away, it doesn't. At least it's gray and not purple or something like they would do with the '90s line.
Yeah. So hold on, let me go ahead and get him in his little.
Let's get him lined up.
Okay, he definitely they fit on the stand a lot better than the other ones, and I feel much more stable. So hold on, I'm going to switch to this shot real quick. Talk for just a second. Okay. And reset up the camera here.
Folks, this is what's really fun about doing this live and doing it on camera. I find watching Mike struggle with this really delightful because there's hours of me struggling over these things on the internet, and now Mike has to deal with it. It's good. It makes me feel better. But I'm excited to get this into my hands.
I have no idea what this is going to look like. I can't wait to check it out. Oh, that is not it. That is, she ain't it.
Okay, well, more angles of Mike's desk. Oh, there you go.
There we go.
Great.
Well, there you go.
Down.
Well, you know what? That was what we call a structural integrity test, Keith.
Yeah, exactly. Held up pretty good.
All right, there.
Yeah, I mean the figure looks great. I mean, I wish it had the communicator, and the T-shirt itself. It's just a T-shirt, so I think that's more of a costume design issue than a figure issue. But I think it's a great start.
Yeah, he's cool. I'm struck with the paint job. I love the matte paint that we've praised our customizers for, and I think that Playmates has adopted it, and I like it. I like the sort of more design-oriented costuming, and I ultimately think it's really cool. It feels to me better in the hand than, say, Kirky does here.
Is it heavier or is it the same weight?
They're the same.
Okay.
They're the same. It just seems more. This size just seems more. I don't know. I don't know what it is about it, Keith. Maybe it's just I like the aesthetics better, but I like that I have to constantly adjust my shelf in the morning because the cats shake the desk and the guys fall off their stands. Mm-hmm. So this already just being more stable on the stand is speaking to me. That might also be because he's a little bit shorter, so it's a little more center
of gravity is lower. Yeah.
So anyway, that's what we got.
Cool. All right. Well, there it is. I like it. I think it's great.
I really do like it. Yeah, I'm a fan.
All right. Well, we'll be back next week with our next review of the Playmates 2023 figures. I have already asked if I can start peppering them about the future of the line. Have not heard back on that part yet, but we will. The minute we hear anything, we'll be right back in your feed, of course, with breaking news. So thanks for watching. Check out our other shows. Keith and Mike watch Deep Space Nine, Strange New Show, in which Keith and Mike watch Strange New Worlds. And we also have K&M Geekly, where we just talk about all sorts of other nonsense. Both many of them are available on your podcast feed as well. If you care to, you can join our Patreon at patreon.com/K&M. At the very least, give us a like, give us a subscribe, tell a friend about this little show of nonsense that we do here on the show. We'll see you back in a couple of days with who knows what. Till then, this has been Keith and Mike. Look at Star Trek Toys. Damn it.
Look at my Star Trek Toys!
Whoosh. Stuck the landing.